were so similar, and so many traditions were intertwined. When we look at the indigenous culture of the land we are on, the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations, and compare them to the Hindu culture many of us grew up with, we see so many striking similarities. The indigenous nations deeply valued the 5 elements, and powwows could not be completed without a sacred fire. And halfway across the world, literally the furthest away you could get from this continent, Hindus prayed to Agni Dev, the fire god, and completed prayers around auspicious ovens. Namaste. I'm Pratyaksha Awasthi, a UBC kinesiology student, and it is such a joy and honor to be here with all of you tonight. This is actually the 4th time I've had the honor of speaking at this event, which feels truly special because it's like growing up with this community. But something else that is special about speaking here each year is getting the opportunity to learn about my own culture and my own religion. I've explored verses I'd never noticed, uncovered ideas hidden in plain sight, and discovered just how much our ancient texts speak directly to the questions and challenges of today. I genuinely look forward to this event every year because it reminds me that learning about our culture and our heritage is not just about memorizing rituals, but about engaging with timeless wisdom, asking questions, and letting it guide our lives. Thank you, Kamal Uncle, for the opportunity that you present to me every year, and a big thank you to the audience who support me with applause. Let me ask you this. How many of us as children ever wondered why we did certain rituals? Touching the feet of elders, lighting a lamp, or walking around the temple in a specific way. But when we asked why, we just heard that it was tradition. This desire to move past its tradition and to understand the profound engineering of our dharma, that spark of curiosity, is exactly where our journey begins. The Rigveda itself starts not with answers, but with questions. Tekana sadhya sapta. Na sadasin, no sadasit tadanim, nasid rajo no vyoma paroyat. Then there was neither existence nor non-existence, neither the realms of space nor the sky beyond. Who knows where it came from? Even the rishis acknowledge that the ultimate origins may be unknown, teaching intellectual humility thousands of years ago. And they ask, Kasmai devaya havisha vidhe? To which divine shall we offer our devotion? Questions, not commands. Inquiry, not blind adherence. This is the stage of curiosity, much like an undergraduate student exploring a subject for the first time. Of course, I've yet to see any Vedic shlokas about final season, but if you have, my table's right over there, so please let me know. As we grow, our curiosity deepens into analysis. And that's when I started noticing how Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism share so many commonalities with ancient Vedic texts. I'm a life sciences major, so I like to think of Sanatana Dharma as a major subject, like life sciences. From it, 3 profound specializations emerged. Buddhism focused on the inner world, Jainism chose to specialize in ahimsa, and Sikhism, centuries later, focused on the oneness of God and the oneness of humanity. Each of these paths, though original and though unique, share the same foundation: the search for truth, harmony, and the divine in all life. Join me on a journey of deeper reflection. The Vedas and Upanishads outline methods for inner reflection. Sa esha atma tutan matramabhyase. One should meditate upon the self, which is subtle beyond our senses. But how can we meditate on something subtle and beyond our senses? And what constitutes this higher self? Centuries later, Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, took these questions and answers and structured them into a practical path to understand suffering. Meditation through mantra became not just a ritual, but a daily tool symbol for compassion, mindfulness, and self-awareness. Buddhists believe that if divinity could become a sound, that would be a mantra. Sankaran Sheep, the influential British Buddhist, defined mantra as that which protects the mind. Around the same time, Mahavir amplified the Vedic principle of ahimsa, ahimsa paramo dharma. He made this ethical discipline a complete lifestyle, every thought, word, and action considered through the lens of nonviolence. And that's how Janism took shape, as a way of life rooted in deep compassion. Jains also consider and respect other perspectives. They taught that truth isn't one-dimensional. It's like a diamond. The more you turn it, the more facets you see. This idea is called anekantvad, the belief that truth has many sides and that real wisdom lies in respecting and celebrating different perspectives. Interestingly, the Rig Vedic shlok says, Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. Truth is one expressed in countless ways. And centuries later, Guru Nanak Dev Ji carried these timeless insights into everyday life, into society, into community, into the way people lived and served each other. These weren't just rituals. They were living expressions of ancient wisdom reshaped to meet the needs of a changing world. Through seva, selfless service, and langar, the community kitchen where everyone sits and eats together as equals, he turned spirituality into action. He began his teachings with the words, Ik Onkar Satnam. Truth is one whose name is reality. It's the same eternal idea echoed in the Rig Veda, carried forward through the centuries and reshaped to meet the needs of a changing world. When we step back and see these tributaries together, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism, a remarkable pattern emerges. Each of these answered the same eternal questions. Who am I? Why am I here? How should I live? Each original, each complete, yet all nourished by the same source of insight. That brings us to the stage of integration, seeing not just patterns, but applications in our lives. Isn't it incredible? Thousands of years ago, our ancestors were already teaching what we're still learning today. That no single person, no single faith, no single path has a monopoly on the truth. We each hold a facet of it. And when we share those pieces with openness and humility, we begin to see the full brilliance. So as we celebrate Hindu Heritage Month, let us carry curiosity, compassion, and courage into our schools, families, and communities. Let us approach our heritage as a living, breathing university. Notice and wonder, analyze and connect, integrate and apply. And we are so lucky to live here in Canada in such a rich, diverse, and multicultural society that views every single person as part of a mosaic. It gives us the golden opportunity to live by these principles while learning from each other. When I look out into this crowd today, I see some bored faces. I'm almost finished, I promise. But I also see such beauty in our differences. And I feel so lucky to be here with you tonight celebrating Hindu Heritage Month for the first time provincially. A promise is a promise, so I would like to end my speech with these words from Maithili Sharan Gupta ji. निज पूर्वजों के सद्गुणों को यत्न से मन में धरो, सब आत्म परिभव भाव तज निज रूप का चिंतन करो। निज पूर्वजों के सद्गुणों का गर्व जो रखती नहीं, वे जाति जीवित जातियों में रह नहीं सकती कहीं, वे जाति जीवित जातियों में रह नहीं सकती कहीं। किस भांति जीना चाहिए, किस भांति मरना चाहिए, सो सब हमें निज पूर्वजों से याद करना चाहिए। पद चिन्ह उनके यत्न पूर्वक खोज लेना चाहिए, निज पूर्व गौरव दीप को बुझने न देना चाहिए। सबकी नसों में पूर्वजों का पुण्य रक्त प्रवाह हो, गुणशील साहस बल तथा सब में भरा उत्साह हो। सबके हृदय में सदा संवेदना का दाव हो, हमको तुम्हारी चाह हो, तुमको हमारी चाह हो, हमको तुम्हारी चाह हो, तुमको